Okay, what's up guys? Joseph here. I have Mariah, who is my sister-in-law. She has some questions about nutrition, so I wanted to get that on video for you guys because I figure it could help everybody and could help her too. So, specifically, what is your question? Let's tackle this from the beginning.
So I want to be able to put on mass without getting
Fat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not good at wording.
So just as a disclaimer, I am not a nutrition expert, but I have taken sports nutrition classes and I figured out a way to do this on my own in conjunction with my classes. Because that's kind of what college is about, right? You learn something and then you apply it to see if it works. And then you tweak it along the way. So let's start out with how much you weigh.
122.
122, all right. So rule of thumb is if you want to lose weight, you want to times that by somewhere between 11 to 12. If you want to maintain, typically it's somewhere between 14 and 15, and to gain somewhere around 17 to 18, okay? And so obviously, for all intents and purposes, you're wanting to gain. Let's start off modest, and let's say 16 or 17, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to times that by 16, which is, should already have my calculator up, 1952. So let's go ahead and round that to 2,000, okay? So you're going to want to consume 2,000 calories a day, minimum, okay? Now, as far as the breakdown of those calories, typically, we would say for wanting to gain the most muscle mass, but not gain very minimal fat, we want to do about 40% protein, 40% carbs, 20% fats. So 40% of 2,000 is 800 calories in protein. So that would obviously be the same for carbs. And then that would be 400 calories for fats.
Is the 16 how much, like your goal pounds per game?
16? No, 16 is just like,
It's just a number.
it's just a number.
Okay.
It's like a constant. Does that make sense?
Let's use a modest number. I was like, that is a lot of weight to gain.
No. It's
just
constant.
a constant number.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
I should have specified that. So that's going to be, obviously this is a lot, but this is going to be 200 grams of protein a day, 200 grams of carbs a day, and 44 grams of fats a day. That's a lot of food. I mean, especially for you. So if you wanted to, if you can't get 200, I would say at a base minimum, let's go at 150 a day.
Are we going to talk about some ways to actually do that?
Yep. Like ways to actually hit that goal.
Yeah, because to me, I can't visualize 200.
Yeah, I try to hit a base minimum of 200 a day. That's my minimum, and it's hard. It is stupid hard. So, and the way that I did this is, I'm sure you know, 4 calories per gram is for fats and proteins, and then, carbs and proteins, and then 9 calories per gram for fats. So, different ways to get your protein. So whole grains do have protein. Rice has protein, beans have protein, chicken, eggs, fish, any kind of lean beef, obviously all has protein. An easy way to try to hit that number is to add shakes. It's honestly the simplest way to put it because you're on the go a lot. It's hard to fit in X amount of meals in a day's time to hit that number. So as far as the main things that you need, and honestly, peanut butter is a really quick way to consume it too. So let's go ahead and say peanut butter.
Just tuna, is that a good fish?
Yeah. You don't want to eat too much tuna because it does have a lot of mercury, and we can't expel that.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So you can consume it as long as it's in moderation, and I really hate that term, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
Those are honestly the quickest, easiest, simplest ways to get it. Are you familiar with MyFitnessPal?
I know the name.
Okay, so MyFitnessPal is the coolest app in the world, and without it, it would make things hard for everybody to control their diet. It's free, and it's free to sign up, and it takes some time to play around with. I'll eventually create a video that will teach people how to use it. But for all intents and purposes, for this, logging your food, and it's super simple. And at first, it's going to seem so monotonous and time consuming.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about it is eventually you'll have it all figured out in your head. Like, oh yeah, that's about this much, and you can just figure it out on your own.
It's just like practice getting experience.
Exactly. It's constantly just repetitive. You know what I mean? So that's just an idea with protein, and protein is going to be the key to gaining lean muscle mass, because you can't repair a muscle through more carbs or more fats, because it's based off of protein. That's the simple building block of a muscle is protein. The only problem is a lot of people will think, oh, okay, I just need protein and I can get bigger, but they're not stimulating the muscle like it needs to. So we can't talk completely about gaining size without mentioning at least a little bit of exercise. We'll get to that in just a second.